welcome to the Enchanted Mic podcast. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Michelle.
And you're listening to episode 7, which is part 3 of our Disney March Madness.
March Madness.
Yep, so we're going to be doing the remainder 3 parks because this is going to be our last March Madness episode. So we're going to do Hollywood Studios,
Animal
Epcot,
Kingdom.
and Epcot. Yep. And we're going to do the top 4 rides that we think. There's some that got left off, and we're going to put those against each other. So, but before we do that, let's get to some news.
Disney news.
Yep. So, unfortunately, it's tough to be a bug. So last showing was this week.
That breaks my heart.
I know.
It is by far one of the best interactive 3D shows, or 4D. It's 4D show at I think in the parks.
Yeah.
It was so great. It had the little bugs that ran underneath your
Flip coming through the ceiling, like the water spraying.
The water spraying and the 3D glasses. And it was very interactive.
I think that was one of my very first shows, the very first time I'd ever been to Animal Kingdom. And then Tarzan, when it was there, was the second one I ever saw. And it's tough to be a bug. Was
Tarzan's
awesome.
gone now too.
I know Tarzan's been gone, but this one has lasted.
It's really good. Although I don't know if the new generation is like the tough to be a bug movie is. I don't know how many people or newer generations are actually watching it.
Yeah, it's still a good show. It's still a good movie, though.
It's a cute movie, but the show is absolutely adorable. It is a little frightening for younger children. We try to take our son, and I don't remember him getting scared that much that we had to leave. But you said we
left at the very end, and because he just was not. He couldn't do it. So, but we left like 5 minutes left. But he saw the most of the show.
Most of it. And it's actually really, it's super cute. So
I'm
sad to see it
replacing it with
Better Zoo Together.
Yeah, Zootopia, Better Zoo Together. So
I'm excited for that new show.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be good.
I'll be sad to see this one leave, but excited for the new one to try to have a new experience with that. So and I love Zootopia, and the music for Zootopia.
And hopefully it's a 4D show as well.
Yes, and it's inside the tree of life, and that's always just an exciting place to be. So
awesome. All right, so a little bit more news. Rope drop in Magic Kingdom has changed a little bit for the better. So if you are
for on-site guests,
on-site guests, instead of being held in the lands of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland before 8:30 behind the rope, you actually can go to your attraction now and wait in line until the 8:30 rope drop,
which is significant. That's significant because they would hold you behind these ropes and.
Then all out
in the lands, right?
Dash for your ride.
Oh, it's like a mad dash, and everybody running over each other, and strollers and feet are getting run over. So to actually be able to go wait in line for the attraction, and then at 8:30, bam, open, get on the ride, which will save time, probably a lot of stress, frustrations, for sure. So if you're an on-site guest, that's actually, I think, a pretty big perk.
I think so too.
It improves rope drop, and then other guests can come in at 9.
Yeah, they get held in the lands until 9 o'clock when the park opens.
But the on-site guests get to line up
in the ride in Fantasyland and Tomorrowland.
Is trying to increase the incentive to stay on property.
Yeah, which we'll put that to the test. And then
yes, we will.
Also, a little news at Epcot, they announced the name of the Spaceship Earth Lounge, Geo 82.
Oh,
yeah, and it's also going to be 21 plus only.
That's going to be interesting.
Yes.
I mean, is there a lot of? I don't think there's any lounges that are 21 plus
in the parks
that I know of. Do you?
No.
If you guys do, let us know.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's kind of an interesting take. So that'd be neat.
Yeah, I mean, of all the parks, Epcot's probably the better one because there's Trick Around the World. There's a little bit more. I think people tend to go there as adults only more than some other parks.
Yes. So it kind of makes sense.
Maybe kind of to see how it is, but it looks like it's going to be really a neat. The concept art on it.
Yeah.
Looks really.
It does. It looks really good.
Interesting. So.
Yeah, so, well, let's start off. Let's do some wait times real quick.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So. Let me give it. Okay. Today is Wednesday, and it's around 2:45 in the afternoon.
Yep.
It's a beautiful day in North Florida, so I assume again a beautiful day in Central Florida.
Yep.
I say that every time. It's really been beautiful.
I know.
We've been, really blessed with the kind of beautiful weather, but
Yeah, so
the summer will be upon us soon enough, and everything will be blazing.
I know. Frozen Ever After. What do you got?
What park are we doing?
Epcot. We're gonna do Epcot.
Obviously Epcot. Okay, Frozen Ever After. Okay, and we're coming off spring break again. There's heavy traffic.
We're coming into
the spring break season.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with 45 minutes.
Ooh, way higher.
Ooh, 70.
80.
Ooh,
I know.
I'm so sorry if you're at Epcot today in line for Frozen.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So this used to be a virtual queue, but now it's standby.
So
I'm gonna go with 65.
Higher.
Gosh, 80.
90.
Ooh, gracious.
All right, and then Soaring Around the World.
70.
No, lower.
60.
Lower.
50.
40.
Okay.
Everyone's going to Guardians and going to Frozen. So
That's right.
Yep. All right. So you ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So let's get into this. So part 3, the rest of the parks. So
okay.
First round buys.
All right.
So we did Frozen.
Flight of Passage.
And Tower of Terror.
And Guardians.
So those are the 4 we chose. I think out of the 3 remaining parks are probably the best, in our opinion.
Well, in our opinion, what we see is probably the top tier rides that we always enjoy doing no matter what.
Exactly. All right. So let's start off on the left side of the bracket. So let's do Rise of the Resistance versus Safari.
So Rise is probably, we were kind of almost putting that as a top tier, but then we went with some of the other ones we just really enjoy.
And it is a top tier ride. It is probably, it's not just a ride, it's an experience.
Right. Right. There's a full-on immersion in how they bring the characters forth.
And that's why I kind of put it against Safari, because Safari is something different every time. You never know what you're going to see, what's going to happen. Are you going to get stuck because there's a bunch of giraffes in the way, or what?
And I love the little giddy jokes that they say along the way, but they also give you really great information, too, on conservation. I personally love Safari because I love the animals, and I think there's just something super special about how Disney does conservation as well. And puts that at the forefront of theme parks, which, that's something so different from Universal, from anybody else. Yeah. So I enjoy the Safari ride. I know one time you got a little motion sickness on it.
That was right after Everest.
So I think it was more Everest's fault.
And I think it was during COVID when they had the plexiglass up.
They had this plexiglass up.
Just no wind. It was hot. Like it was not good. But I don't know. Rise, like I said, it's such a unique experience. So yeah, Rise is such an experience. It's different than any other ride you get on. You actually have to get off, go to a different area, and then you get on a ride vehicle. So I don't know. I think my pick is going to be Rise.
I think it's very new and innovative. It's very different than any other ride. So I do think that Rise is going to be one of my picks over Safari, only because it's so unique as far as what's available when we look at attractions that are roller coasters or, seamless, what do they call wheel-less ride or trackless rides.
Trackless rides, yeah.
And it is really amazing. When they have the whole stormtroopers come out, and it's just, you have this feeling like you want to be good because you're like a rebel, and so you kind of get into the role play of it.
Cast members are great with it with their role play. It's such a I definitely would go Rise over Safari.
Let's do it. Safari is fantastic, but we're gonna go Rise.
Yeah. All right. So next we're gonna do
write it in.
Spaceship Earth versus Dinosaur. Now, Dinosaur is going away by the end of the year. So
sad.
It's such a good ride, though.
It is very jostling, like we always say, but also very classic. And I love the dinosaur theme. And I know a lot of people didn't like that in Epcot because it didn't really go with the IP. Although we did watch the dinosaur movie on Disney the other day with
Dinosaurs in Animal Kingdom, not Epcot.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm saying
yes.
I guess more that it's not really intellectual property. Disney has so many interesting intellectual property that dinosaur really isn't one. But I did watch the dinosaur movie that Disney has, which was a slower build on it, but it was very good. Good little animation.
And the queue is pretty good too. I like the queue.
The queue is very neat, like an exploring type of
dinosaur in the middle.
Not anarchy, archaeologist type thing. Like, okay, but Spaceship Earth by far is a classic, fantastic ride. Wow. It's very slow moving ride through time. And your ride vehicle.
Are you happy or disappointed they did not refurbish it in 2019 right before COVID?
Happy.
Yeah, you want to keep it as it is? Do you think they need to update it?
Time has moved on, and yes they obviously need to update it, but I feel like we get so much updated stuff throughout everything else.
As long as they keep her voice.
That's true. That's true. But it's very calming.
They could do that with AI. I think they could.
They could probably do that. I know, I love the old timey feel. It's exactly how it was when I went when I was, 10 years old, 8 years old. So to have a ride that really hasn't changed much to me is just, I don't know, it's very attractive. I just think it's so nice. It's so, it's comforting to have that same feeling. And yet every time you go on, it just brings you back.
It's such a good ride to relax on too. It's dark, it's cold.
It's dark, cold,
quiet. I think if they refurbished it with more modern stuff, but keep it the same, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like ambiance
feel
throughout.
Same way, but just update each scene.
Because what's the newest scene? Is it
I think it's the Apple computer, maybe?
In the garage, though.
In the garage.
Which was
I think that's one of the last scenes. So,
when he's working on it. I think that's so neat, though.
Yeah. So,
in Silicon Valley.
So which one are we going to do, Dinosaur or Spaceship Earth? What do you think?
Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth? Okay.
Just because it represents so much, and like going through history and going through time and seeing that in the Sistine Chapel, they're working on the David and the different,
No,
So
I like that. Yeah. Thank the Phoenicians.
Thank the Phoenicians. We need that shirt. Okay.
All right. So moving on, we're going to do Soarin'.
Okay, to the right side of the bracket.
To the right side.
This one's going to be hard for me.
Soarin' versus Mickey and Minnie's Runaway.
So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway replaced Maelstrom.
No, it was the
new movie ride, the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, the Great Movie Ride.
The Great Movie Ride. Right. Maelstrom replaced Frozen.
Yes. Frozen replaced that.
Yes. Okay. The Great Movie Ride. Okay. I never did the Great Movie Ride, or not that I know of, but Mickey and Minnie's is incredible.
It's very good. I like it.
It's so good. It's cute. It's funny. It has some 3D type things, and it kind of puts you in the middle of the cartoon. Soaring, though, is an experience.
I love Soarin'.
Soarin' is an experience, and I know they flipped the screen, or
They did Soarin' over California.
Soarin' over California, and then Soarin' over Florida, and Florida, just Soarin' around the world.
Soarin' around the world. So.
Yeah, that was actually my parents' favorite.
I know, surprisingly. I thought your dad was going to
They were grumpy about everything. Sometimes they can be a little grumpy. I know they're probably listening to this episode.
He's going to be like, what are you talking about?
I know. They have, anything. That was the one thing they went on. And he did Rise, and he was not impressed, but he did Soarin', and that they were like, oh, that's the best ride. I'm like, out of all the rides we've done, this is it. Yeah. So all that to say, he was, they have the smells in Soarin', and
So what do you... I'm gonna go Soarin'. I think it's a classic. I mean, it's been there ever since the first time I went to Disney.
You get all the feels when you get up high in the sky and you dash down. Yeah, they really do a great job of putting you in that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, Soarin' it is.
All right, Soarin'. All right, so let's go to Slinky Dog versus Everest.
You know my opinion on this.
I know. Michelle hates Everest.
I love the queue. I think
the queue's awesome.
I love the roller coaster. My brain just can't do that backwards thing. It literally just makes me automatically have motion illness, like within that moment. And then I'm sick for the rest of the day. But I love the queue. Yeah. I think it's incredible. I wish they would just let me walk through the queue. The big Sasquatch. It's just it's really neat, and I think it is very immersive, and I think it has a really cool track. It's very, very fun, but I get a little sick on it.
I think it'd be really neat if they actually fixed the Yeti to where it actually worked when it opened.
Yes, yeah,
that would be nice.
Slinky Dog is a fantastic family coaster, and
it is.
I think the only really down part about that is just the wait constantly is always extremely long, and so it can be hard to get on.
In the sun.
It's in the sun, and everything is close. Everybody's right up on top of you.
And Everest, the wait's usually never long.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
They have single rider too, so
yeah. If you want to utilize that, which you would utilize that because I will not be going.
So clearly, you're just Slinky Dog.
Oh, 100% Slinky Dog. Right. It is.
I can get behind that.
Okay.
So only because the last time I rode Everest, I did. Well, it was Safari.
You got a little sick.
I got motion sickness on Safari.
We're getting old.
But it was from Everest. So Slinky
Dog. Slinky Dog. Great family coaster. Everybody can ride. It's super fun and bouncy, and you kind of come down into the crowd. And it's a Toy Story thing, which obviously everybody knows we love. So.
Yeah. All right, so now let's go to the second round. Let's go Frozen versus Rise of the Resistance.
Ooh. Okay.
So
is that how we do it?
Yeah. Yeah, over the other side.
Okay, come in over here.
There you go.
I
thought you were professional about it.
Sorry, everybody. I thought I was going to be good at it.
So Frozen versus Rise. So Frozen, it's a family ride,
Yes.
I don't think there's any height limit on Frozen.
I don't think so. Nope, I think we took the kiddos.
The queue is unimpressive.
Oh, I disagree.
It's
Arendelle. You're in Arendelle.
Yeah, but you're just in this one area and just go back and forth. And
that's true. It is where they really cross-hatch you back and forth between it. The queue once you get in is very neat. It's very well themed. It's just
inside, which is nice, but
it is like you just feel like you're constantly.
I don't know.
It's like you're feeling like you're walking back and forth for an hour, and that's a very long queue as well. Yeah. And you're just walking back and forth for
And it's a great ride.
It's really good.
The animatronics are nice.
If they work. At the end, sometimes they're not.
The faces aren't projected correctly sometimes, but
I think they did a great job with Frozen. And now, again, we already talked about Rise, and I think that now that we're comparing them, I love Frozen. I think that's the one when I go to Epcot, that's what I want to ride every time, mostly because Ollie can ride with us.
Yeah, I'm Frozen. Yep.
Yeah, our little ones can ride with us, and so it kind of makes it nice to have a family ride.
Last time we rope dropped Epcot, we went straight to Frozen.
Yes.
So,
kind of like one of the only ways you can do it, because again, the queue gets really long.
I just think Rise is such a unique. Rise is going to be hard to beat if it makes it all the way through. I feel
just because if it's special. Well, if you think it is, Rise it is.
I think we gotta go Rise. All right. So
I was hesitant to put that as a first round buy. Is that how you say it? Just because you can't take the kiddos on it, and so that's hard for me to.
I know.
But you're right. I think it is a superior ride.
Yes. All right. So now we're going below that. We're going to go Tower of Terror versus Spaceship Earth.
Okay.
2 very classic rides.
It's so good. Tower of Terror has my heart. It is kind of different each time you go, right? It changes the pattern of how you drop.
Yes, I believe there's actually someone that controls each drop. I don't think it's like computer controlled.
It's and the queue for that
correct
is
me
great.
if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, make us a note if we're wrong.
Yes.
The queue is different. I mean, the queue is really, really interactive. Not interactive. It's very
immersive,
themed,
yes,
very well themed. It sets you back in time, and everybody's running
and the pre-show is awesome.
And the cast members are so into it. They're like, "Welcome."
Yeah,
you know. So I just think it's really neat.
Yeah, and then obviously we talked about Spaceship Earth. So
I know Tower of Terror though gives
two
you
classics versus each other.
It is. Tower of Terror is more of a thrill ride. It gives you that little bit of a, and I would have to go with Tower of Terror only because we went one time.
This is the last time we did it.
We went at night.
It was extra magic hours.
And it was stormy.
No, it wasn't really. It was like that drizzle rain, but there was lightning in it. It was lightning.
More lightning storm. Like it was like lightning everywhere.
It was kind of cold.
It was a little chilly in the air, and it dark.
And then we got to the top, and they opened the doors when you're at the top. Lightning.
And you get to see when they open the doors, it opens up. You get to see the outdoors.
Yes.
And it was lightning was just striking everywhere. It was the perfect. And I was like, this is ultimate.
And it was like on a night like tonight, and it was the night.
It was the night.
Yeah.
It was.
So Tower of Terror.
I am sorry I have to do it. I'm a big Spaceship Earth fan, but there's just something.
No, you're fine.
Magical.
I like that. I can do that. All right. So now we're gonna do Flight of Passage versus Soarin'.
Okay, you know where I stand on this one. It's my fault too because I have so really bad motion sickness.
So the one time we rode this, the Animal Kingdom actually had extra magic hours at night,
and it was really incredible.
It was really neat. Get to see Pandora at night, and we went straight to Flight of Passage. The queue was incredible.
Yeah, that's the part that too. I kind of just want to walk through the queue. Yeah. Like, hey, can I just walk? It's like walking through a museum of the movie and
it's awesome.
Brought to life in the Avatar.
Walking through Pandora.
It is really, really something special to see.
And then I think you put on the 3D glasses, you hop on your Banshee, and
it's like this motorcycle type vehicle. Banshee. You're on a Banshee, but it's almost like the way you are seated. It's like in this motorcycle type position.
But you're way forward. I believe it's the same ride system as Tron. For Soarin'. It's the same
same thing, but the vehicle I think is similar to how you're sitting Tron.
For Tron.
You're right, but the same like screen.
Put on 3D glasses, and I think I opened my eyes. It's like a 2-minute ride, and I opened it maybe 30 seconds.
Maybe
longer. It's a longer ride.
When you're nauseous, it feels a lot longer.
Yeah. So
It is the first 3. I think the first couple minutes I had my eyes open, and I was like, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" I mean, you really are immersed, and then all of a sudden,
there's like 1 or 2 parts you're like, "Oh no!"
I was like, "Here it comes!" So, anyways. I don't know if you're strapped in and you have to vomit. I just don't know what happens.
Yeah, no.
Because you can't get out. Like locks you in. So if that's happened to anybody, let me know what you did because I am very curious about what happens and how you exit.
I know. Are we riding off?
I'm so sorry.
Are we riding off Flight of Passage then? We're going Soarin'?
I'm going Soarin'.
Soarin'. Okay.
But I mean, I know everybody loves Flight of Passage, and I think that it actually has an incredible following, and it's because it's an amazing ride. But
so
unfortunately,
we do get motion sickness.
Yeah.
So
sorry, guys.
We gave it a shot. So.
We did.
All right. So next we have.
Speaking of motion sickness,
I know Guardians of the Galaxy versus Slinky Dog. So I have not ridden Guardians, so I'm gonna have to go Slinky Dog. But I'll let you make the choice on this one.
Guardians.
Because you've ridden both. So
yes, and I'm a big fan of Spaceship Earth, and this is immensely better. The system is super smooth. It moves and just really smooth, incredible music. It's amazing. It is an incredible thrill ride. I did not get nauseous on the ride. However,
when I was waiting for you afterwards, you were about 5 minutes afterwards. You were like, I gotta sit down.
Yeah. So when I was on it, awesome, amazing. Like I was like, let's do it again. It's just my eyes were watering because it was so fast yet so smooth, and it was just like full on immersion of Guardians and the music. You gotta ride it. You gotta ride it. Gotta take some Dramamine and get on.
Do it. Yeah.
However, when I got off,
you weren't feeling too hot.
I was not feeling it. I probably had to sit down.
A couple shades of gray.
Yeah. So if you are severely motion sickness like I am, either take a lot of medication before. No, we did get those bands
the
before,
bands.
but we've never had them in the theme park. We got them before a mountain trip that we had on our ride up there. So I am willing to try it again.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe at the end of the night. That way, if I get sick, we just have to go home, and I'm not like having to walk through the park.
I know, right? So
nauseous.
You just go home and lay down. So
yes.
What
Slinky.
You gonna pick Slinky? Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Slinky has my heart.
Yeah. All right. So now we are coming up. So let's go back to, we're gonna do Rise versus Tower now.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know.
That's a good one.
That's such a hard one.
It is.
What do you think?
I think I'm going to go. I feel like you have to go Rise in this instant just because of how unique it is. I love Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror has been there since the opening.
I know.
Rise is such a immersive. You're going to go. I've ridden Rise several times. It's just awesome each time.
I know. I don't know. Oh, okay. Let's go Rise. Let's go ahead. Let's just put it in there. Final countdown.
Yep. All right. So coming up on the last, so we're doing Soarin' versus Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog.
You going Slinky Dog over Soarin'?
Soarin' has actually, I think it's a longer ride, and I think it's inside, so it's nice that there's AC. I like that you go to all these different places. I like to kind of wag my feet in the air.
Dangle your feet.
Oh, sorry. Dangle my feet in the air as we're going over the lands and whatnot. But I don't know, Slinky Dog just makes me giggle the entire time. And I love going through Andy's backyard and hearing the music. And, I think there's something immersive about being in, that kind of.
Slinky Dog it is then.
Slinky Dog.
Look at that.
Look at this. Hollywood Studios.
I know. One of our favorite
Who
parks.
would have guessed?
I know. So it's our favorite park during the holidays, by the way.
Yes,
so
it is. Oh, it's beautiful.
Don't hate on us. We think it's better than Magic Kingdom.
We do. It's better. It's the Christmas there. It's a classic Christmas. Yes. It's very, very classic.
So, all right. So Rise versus Slinky Dog now. Dun, dun, dun. Which one?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah. I've ridden Rise more than Slinky Dog.
Yes, we have. So, we truly have.
We have. And that's only for the fact that I feel like the wait for Rise is starting to go down. Yeah. Slinky Dog has not.
I think if you hit Rise at a certain time, like we could do really late at night or early in the morning or like rope drop, right, we can get it. But I feel like Slinky Dog.
And I don't think Slinky Dog has a single rider lane. Rise has them randomly. So which you skip the whole
Well, you can lightning lane Rise too. So if you want to pay for it, you can get in and still experience it. But Slinky Dog, you just got to wait. You just got to wait.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, I think Rise was going to make it all the way.
I know, right.
I think you going Rise too?
Let's do it.
Right,
Let's do it.
Rise of the Resistance is our winner.
Disney did do it. Disney did it right with this one. Now, we have never ridden Millennium Falcon.
And they fixed some of the stuff that's been broke. So
yeah, there were some things that were broken through.
They've come around to fix it. So it's been really good. So
I would say the first time you ride on Rise, it's truly like moving. Like if you're if you're a big Star Wars fan or even seen the movies a few times, like it truly is cool. And especially when the cast members are so invested in their piece, like in that part. So
yeah, it's like I think it's more of an experience than a ride. I mean,
it is an experience, and you got to be patient because you kind of wait between two different times because you're getting different ride vehicles kind of throughout. Yeah. So you are.
So you got to go in there with different expectations. It's not a roller coaster where you wait in line, get on a ride, and you're riding for
the whole
2
time,
minutes, then you're done.
It's kind of like a journey.
It is a journey.
So you go in that with that mindset.
Such a different experience compared to what a theme park thrill ride.
Right, like
it's not a thrill. It's not really a thrill. I mean, it has some thrill ride aspects.
It has a height requirement. So there's a thrilling
there's a
drop
a drop
thrilling,
and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of jarring. It has a trackless system in there. So
the trackless systems are really neat.
Yeah. So all right. So Rise of the Resistance is our winner.
It won.
Awesome. So I think that's gonna be it for our Disney March Madness.
Ooh, what are we thinking about next week?
So I don't know yet. I think maybe next week we may talk about our park bag essentials.
Okay, because we're about to go in a few 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So kind of talk about what we pack,
what we're planning on packing.
So maybe talk about some mistakes and not to make or mistakes.
And we're actually renting strollers this time and doing a few different things.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Okay.
Just kind of companies we're using, but we'll go over our park bag and stuff that we bring and how it's worked out for us.
Yeah, so we have two listed on the website if you guys are going to a trip before we get to that episode or curious as to what we bring and what we've learned over the years to bring with us as you travel.
Yeah. So that is, like I said, you can always reach us at theenchantedmic.com, reach us on Facebook, X, and on YouTube. So if y'all have any questions, comments, email us, and we'll get back to you. So that is it for today.
Have a great week.
Y'all take care.